Hi, I'm Shane Grover from Seawind Catamarans. Today we're here in Nha Trang, Vietnam, where we've just sailed the brand new Seawind 1600 Passagemaker up from Ho Chi Minh City. So that was about a 300 nautical mile journey. We've just sailed up the coast, done some testing here in the bay, and we'll continue to do some testing over the next week. Then we'll sail back to Ho Chi Minh, where she'll be shipped to Miami. The first thing you can see with the new 1600 is the bow shape. So we've actually completely changed the underwater profile on the new 1600. What we've done, we've extended the bows by 450 mil. We've widened the hulls by 100 mil each, so that's a total extra beam of 200 mil. And that's given us this reverse bow shape, the wave-piercing bows, similar to what we have on the 1370. So this is very much technology we've taken from what we've learnt developing the 1370. What this will enable the boat to do, it will have a higher payload. And that's going to enable cruisers who really want to use the boat to make passengers sail around the world, to load up their gear but not sacrifice too much in performance. Originally, the 1600 was designed as a pure performance craft. When you load the boat up with equipment and gear, as one does when cruising, you do sacrifice on performance very quickly. This new hull shape will maintain that performance for a much larger range of weights. This is actually a completely new mold, so we're not adding this bow piece to the existing hull shape. We're not doing any modifications to the boat as you knew it. This is a brand new mold. The hull, as you see, comes out of the mold with this new hull shape. We've taken this technology from the Seawind 1370 design, so we've spent a lot of time reviewing hull shapes and fluid dynamics, and we've now taken what we've learned with the 1370 and we've applied it to the 1600 to develop the Passagemaker edition and make sure this model retains its flagship status. When going through waves, as the bows press into the water, the increase in volume proportionately decreases. So this has a stabilizing effect, and rather than hobby horsing over waves, the boat will punch through the swell without having the bows go up and down as a shock absorbing effect after the fact. So from here we can actually see the self-supported bowsprit and longeron structure that the 1600 is famous for. So the bowsprit is still retracting, it's still self-supported, the same as it was on the former version, but we've actually developed a brand new catwalk mold. So the catwalk incorporates the longeron structure, which transfers the loads back to the wing deck. It also houses the anchor. So this is a new feature for the Passagemaker. The anchor is built into the longeron. It's mounted mid-longeron. So it's getting a good balance of keeping the weight central, but also making sure the anchor is practical. And it's really important for us is that we have a practical execution of these designs. With the anchor in its current position, you're able to stand at the bow, lift the hatch, deploy the anchor, easily attach the bridle, and watch the anchor as it runs out without running along the side of the hull. So this is a really great solution which balances out the weight, distribution, and the practical aspects of boat handling. Also, as we make our way back along the hull, you'll notice these panoramic windows we've added into the hull sides. These come from Luma with pre-fitted port lights, which are flush mounted, so you get the nice flush look. You've got the same natural ventilation, and you've got a huge amount of additional natural light. We've also retained the lifting rudder and daggerboard system that the 1600 is famous for. So by removing the safety pin here, I can take the securing pin out and raise the rudder. The rudder cassette is now full carbon with high density bearings to make the rudder very easy to lift and lower even whilst under load. You'll also notice this bumper around the entire transom. It makes using the boat much more practical. It means you're less likely to damage the transom when approaching with the tender or docking, and it makes the boat much more practical. And this is where you'll notice the new catwalk and longeron system we've developed. You've got a cover over the anchor launch. The bridle runs back to this dedicated lock-in point. This does not need to be open for use, but it makes visibility and access easy. You simply launch the anchor either from the helm or from the foot switch at the windlass. You can watch the anchor deploy from here with the hatch open. And when you're set, you can take the chain hook off its holder, as so, take it back and attach it to the chain. You put the retaining strap in place, you detach the chain hook, simply pull it aft, hook it onto our retaining clip, and put your safety strap over the top. This also has a rubbing plate on the beam, and we've mounted a little hole in the windlass locker so you can run a line through to the capstan on the windlass and operate over this roller. It's also handy for pulling on the spinnaker tack line if you need more tension. We've also gone to a larger mast section, larger in chord. That makes the mast stiffer and enables us to use the rig without having to put an inner forestay in high wind strengths. This just makes the boat much easier to use. It's a more practical approach. Whilst the rig is heavier, it makes it much easier to use. There's less things to do, and it's a safer option for cruising couples. This new folding composite cockpit table allows you to go from coffee table mode to dining mode quickly and easily. And once again, dual helms as in all Seawind models. Once again on the passage we've just completed on the way up to Nha Trang, coming through a busy shipping channel, I was able to run from helm to helm, seeing the vessels either side of us and fishing nets and crab pots and maintaining control of the vessel at all times by very simply walking across and only one step up to the other helm. I was here, I could take control of the engine and the helm, and I could see exactly what was beside us. On a vessel with a single helm, I'd be forced to look through the vessel or have to actually leave the helm to come and see what was in our way. Whilst individually the features we've run through might be simple, what we've done is we've taken the feedback from owners of 1600s and our other models, and we've ensured we've put all that practical knowledge back into the Passagemaker to make sure this model really delivers a great, easy to use platform for couples. The Passagemaker is really about being able to cross oceans with comfort and knowing that your vessel is going to be able to get you there with ease. You can take your provisions, you can load up with your gear, and you can feel safe knowing that the 1600 Passagemaker will carry you there without a huge penalty in performance. In developing the Passagemaker edition, we've lengthened and widened our hulls proportionately, so we've maintained our beam to length ratio. By increasing these dimensions proportionately, we've been able to increase our payload because we have not added additional weight. You can now carry all the equipment you want to have on board whilst maintaining a good amount of performance. What this all means is the boat now sits higher in the water. This means greater wind deck clearance and less wetted surface area. Less wetted surface area ultimately means greater performance. You can now load the boat up with more equipment and gear and have less of a negative impact when that equipment is added, as you're bringing the boat back to a position where it was sitting previously.